fall of Soviet Union. They say it's because of the nationalist local. Then somebody said it's a sub-national feeling. Then that the UCS also is there. Sub-nationalism also was there. And he's also talking about LTT. Basically, they also say that their leader is also a nationalist leader. So he asked a question about this particular thing. See, the formation of Soviet Union or fall of Soviet Union, it also, has been attributed to the aspiration of ethnic groups within the grand Soviet Union. So there were several ethnic groups, basically. Like one thing is there was a kind of an economic problem was there for them. Because they were talking about Soviet Union, in fact, it has been competing with all capitalist countries, and what all national resource it has, in the competition, it has to go for competition with space technology, it has to go competition with regards to nuclear technology, military, also propaganda. And at several times, before, say, even a decade before the fall of Soviet Union, people have been anticipating that, saying that during many Christmas times, Moscow used to go starving. In the same way, there also has been a kind of a thing that, the Russians, as an ethnic group, they have been dominating all other groups. The Chechens, the Siberians, the Kiev, the Baltic nations and all. So there has been a kind of, like in a sense, superiority of one particular ethnic group. Those feelings are also have been there. But as a whole, like in a sense, there is one thing. See, we have a difference between the Soviet kind of communism at the same time, kind of, say, Mao style. Even with regard to Mao style, Mao talks about, there should be some national, scientific, mass culture. Mao, in fact, talks about national this thing. He says that what should be the culture of the nation, of kind of a nation which formed under the Maoistic principles, or a communist state under Mao. He says that all the ethnic differences should go, cultural differences should be go, all the cultures of dress, cultures of occupation, all these things, linguistic difference also. In China, there are very sharp linguistic differences. It's because there is a Chinese, general Chinese talk about the common people, Mandarin is talked only by the so-called upper ranks. He says that should go, and he says that he wants to promote a culture in the name of mass culture. He says that a scientific mass culture should be promoted as a national culture. So maybe a boomerang of these things also, can be there, in fact. So we cannot attribute to a single this thing. Maybe because one thing, important thing is the economic problem was there. See, they were reeling under poverty, shortage of resources, because there have been serious diversion of resources from Soviet Union. In fact, that has can be one cause. Second cause can be, like in a sense, the domination of Russians. That is, of course, be told as a cause. Third, basically, as Mao was trying to do, such kind of a thing also has been done through Stalin. Some kind of a repressive, feelings among. See, the individual basically has been summated to become work like almost like a block in the, a brick in the wall. Maybe those kind of an erosion also can be there. So nationalism, in fact, as I told you before, it is a feeling of multifaceted, concepts. So we cannot simply attribute one simple category. And your other issue of, the LTT calling itself as a national this thing and all, fine. If they want to form an ILM, the nationalism and all, national aspirations can be there. If the national aspirations are there to tackle the right kind of problems of the people who form a society, then I think so, they can be supported. But of course the means also have to be taken into consideration, and the method which they take about also has to be taken into consideration. In this context, I also talked about the formation of Adivasi nation in the heart of India called as Dandakaranya thing. Several Adivasis, in fact, in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, now Jharkhand, and then Orissa, and then some part of Andhra, they also have a nationhood called, they want to form a Dandakaryan nationhood. There were several militant uprisings, militant repressions also have been there. So Because what forms the Adivasi Dandakaran area, that is supposed to be the richest in resources, and the people are the poorest. So obviously they raise to such kind of nationalist aspirations, but they are really for the benefit of the people, they can't be supported. But the means, of course, has to be, because what are the costs of your that also have to be seen. I don't know, I am really giving this kind of a thing. Probably some of our friends also can join in that part. Because I am not a very, I do not have depth of Tamil nationalism.
So what is the question, sir? Sir, one more question, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
sir, one more question. Please.